Hello and welcome to the workshop. I believe this is workshop number 116, and I am your guest host, Mike Payne. I usually do Mondays here. It's Mondays with Mike. I am joined today by Alisha Rayne, Sony, Luke McConnell, and of course back to me, Mike Payne. Cool. This is the way it goes, guys. It's the workshop. This is uncensored. People are going to say some terrible stuff sometimes. And that's okay. This is a safe space for jokes. And if you get offended, I suggest you go put your head under a pillow and hold it down really hard. Save us all the pain of you, whatever that may be. We're just kidding, guys. Even that was a joke. So that being said, the format for the show is as follows. We've all been given a topic or a keyword that we've written 3 to 5 minutes of jokes about. Hopefully jokes. Sometimes it's just flow of consciousness. Sometimes it's a Wikipedia entry. It really can depend on the artist in question. So we'll see what happens with that. I know for myself, I was given the topic of reptiles today. So I'm gonna have some fun with that because my brother had reptiles when we were growing up together. So that'll be a good go. Alisha, what is your topic, by the way?
It's quests.
Quests. Alisha Rayne with quests. She's going to be our first contestant tonight. So with that being said, everybody give a round of applause to Alisha Rayne.
All right. Well, thanks, guys. It's a pleasure to be back. It's always get really good feedback, so I appreciate being back. So my topic was quests, and I think everybody is on a quest. I myself am always on a quest for my keys. Another thing that I'm usually questing for is my cell phone. Have you ever been on your cell phone and then thought, what time is it? And then you start looking for your cell phone while you're on it. And then you ask, you say out loud, "Where's my phone?" And the person on the other end is like, "You're on your phone." And there's like an awkward moment of silence, but that's okay. That's your friend on the other line. So they're cool with it. Yep, I want to do a parody album, and that song "Tennessee" by A Tribe Called Quest. Tennessee, Tennessee. I would change it to Kenny G, Kenny G. So cultural appropriation, Weird Al style. Okay, Amish Paradise. Anyway, I always just think to myself, is the drummer for the Roots, Questlove, is he himself on a quest for love? Maybe. Some people who actually still go on quests are D&D players. And some of them, they're so good at it that they have characters with really high levels of skill, and I find that the players who have those characters with really high skill levels, the less people they've slept with. So, and if they have multiple characters with high skill levels, virgins is what those guys are. Another thing people are at a quest for is the Fountain of Youth. And I think the people who have found that fountain are the Kardashians. And I think the Kardashians are becoming a little bit more like the Jacksons, where everyone wonders, where you can tell that they've all been to the same plastic surgeon. Like they're all just morphing into like the same face. It's a little weird. Anyway, another thing that's like a quest is like an adventure. And I think one of the best adventure movies is Indiana Jones. And I really want them to do a reboot of Indiana Jones, and it would be with Robert Pattinson. Partly because he was in Twilight. He is the Batman. So he's used to being in caves with bats. So I think he'd be pretty good at that. But if you're going to do a reboot, you need to stay true to the original and have casual racism against Asians. So maintain that truth. Speaking of casual racism, I think that they should also do a reboot of The Goonies. But instead of Rosalita at the end finding the gems and giving them to all the white people, what I want her to do is keep the gems and then open up a sunglass hut in Tacoma. I think that would be a good way to go. I think in the reboot, also, they should not name the pirate One-Eyed Willie. I think that's just a little inappropriate. Like, I think they need to do something that's a little bit more kid-friendly, like Peter the Priest or Michael Jackson, you know, something like that. That was my time. Appreciate it, guys.
Woo! Alisha Rayne, everybody. I really liked the idea of the quest for your keys, right? So it's the quest for your keys, your cell phone, and your wallet, which is the Triforce of function. You know? Or the D&D stuff. I kind of like the idea of it's not necessarily the newest idea, but directly proportionate amounts of like the amount of D&D is directly proportionate to the amounts of wet ass pussy that they get, right?
Yeah.
If you spend too much time on a quest in D&D, you should probably go on a quest for a girlfriend.
I see you're a truth sayer.
Well, I don't know if this is like hacky, where it's just like, you know, some people that are on a quest are D&D players or virgins, something like that. I don't know if that's too hacky. Oh.
Or incels.
Yeah, I was looking for that word. I was like, God, what is that word?
Yeah, what is that word? It's basically rider van operators. If you're from where are you guys from anyway? Alisha, where are you from?
I'm from South Dakota.
South Dakota. Okay, cool. That's awesome. What about you, Sonny?
I'm living in Minnesota right now.
Minnesota? That's cool. Never been there. Yourself, Luke?
I'm in Indiana.
Indiana. See, this is what I love about this. I am from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and I am hosting a bunch of Americans. I feel like statistically, at least one of you voted for Trump. Am I wrong? So I'm not wrong, Luke. You just
I'm saying it wasn't me.
Oh.
I'm not the guy. I'm not the asshole.
It wasn't.
I'm just teasing you guys. Okay, cool. Let's see. Are there any other comments right now? All we have is Olive Woe on Twitch, who said hello. Hello, Olive.
Hello.
Indeed. All right. Cool. All right. Next up, we have none other than the very hilarious Sony. Put your hands together, guys.
Thanks, everyone. So I just signed up the other day, and I have my topic is emo. And initially, I was really excited. I was like, "Oh, emo! That could be a whale, a fish, or an oil, or all of the above." And I was like, "Well, if it was a whale, you know, that could be either sad or tragedy." So then I looked it up, and it was like, actually, emo is a type of music genre. So maybe this is a good thing. So I have no idea what that meant until I looked it up. So I was thinking this is a great Scrabble word. But if only it started with a Q, what's the point of EMO, right? You need something with a Q. because you always can do anything with an O, M, and A. So at one point, I was a Scrabble shark. Anything could happen. Like I felt like I could dominate that thing until I got my niece involved. And she would look at my Scrabble, she would look at my little Scrabble game on my phone and think it was a game for herself. So normally I would be excited that like my 5-year-old niece can put together 2 words and spell something. But no, she was ruining everything for me, like ruining my score. So then finally, what's the point of playing if the kid's just going to ruin everything? So I said, forget it. Yes, honey, I'm glad you can spell, but stop messing up my Scrabble. So, and then, speaking of music, why do I know anything about music? Because when I was 11 years old, I got a C in choir. Who gets a C in choir? Is it because my teacher expected too much out of me, as my brother was like the star singer? Maybe that's it. Why do people always suspect your brother's going to be like the sister? Or maybe because I actually sung like a donkey? Or maybe it's because I never went to my choir recital that I was supposed to go to. I mean, I thought it was optional. It was after school. So going back to emo, it's really hardcore emotion. So the example of this is My Chemical Romance. And I guess they're really emotional about chemicals. Are they secret chemists? Are they wanting to take a potion class and and go to like a Slytherin or Gryffindor in Harry Potter? It's kind of like what I discovered about Fountains of Wayne. So I'm from Wayne, New Jersey originally, around that area actually. You heard of the Taj Mahal? I'm from around the Paramus Mall. And that fountain, like the story is, I was like, wait, that's just like the store called the Fountains of Wayne in New Jersey. It's literally a store that doesn't exist anymore. And apparently I read on their biography and they actually call themselves the Fountains of Wayne after that store. Do they really love the place so much? Do they really love fountains? They needed something. They're like, what do I do? Let's just call ourselves the Fountains of Wayne. Like nobody else would care. That's my time. It's pretty bad.
That's Sony, everybody. Give her a round of applause. Awesome. So, do we have tags? Anybody have any input?
What was in the Fountains of Wayne store?
It's fountains.
Huh?
Like fountains, like they're outside, and you had statues.
So they literally sell fountains.
Yes, they literally sell fountains. It doesn't exist anymore, and I think the band doesn't exist anymore either.
Well, the guy died.
I'm sorry?
The guy died.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But I'm sure there's a joke about that somewhere.
Yeah, I didn't want to. I thought about it, and I was like, the store is not, and then the guy died, so I just didn't. I didn't want to be too like bad about that, but yeah, he did.
So we established that the store sold fountains. What happened to Wayne?
So Wayne is a town.
That's not as funny.
Yeah, it's just Fountains of Wayne. I just don't understand why he called that band the Fountains of Wayne when they're not from Wayne, New Jersey. What was the attachment?
Right. Something to do with the fountains. I think maybe there's some tags there.
Yeah. I
think it's funny. I think that there's potential for some pretty good tags. I just can't think of one.
Okay. I literally just wrote this. So.
Well, your choir piece where you're like, I don't understand how anybody could get a C in choir. I thought there was like an opportunity for self-deprecation.
Right.
At one point, it's like maybe it's because I sang with a lisp.
Right.
And you just kind of take it out on yourself a little bit, and then it allows you to do a more difficult piece later.
Right.
Or like you said, your brother was really good in choir.
Yeah, he got the reward like in middle school, like when he left. So she was just I was like going to be her prize student. She was so excited to see me. She's like, oh my God, I had your brother. Don't you hate when that happens? And then they're like, oh. So.
That's the joke right there. That's the joke. And then she was like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I could emphasize that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Let me check in on comments. Nothing right now. We have one viewer. Maybe it's one of us. I'm not sure. But, either way, that one viewer, if you'd like to add something to the mix, please do comment. I will read them aloud and show them on our stream here. That being said, thanks so much, Sony. We're going to move it right along to the infamously funny Luke McConnell. Put your hands together, everybody.
So my topic was the week, and I thought about it for a little while, and I realized that a week is the opposite of bread. Because if you think about it, right, the ends of a loaf of bread are the bad parts, right? That's the part that's all small and crusty. But the ends of a week are weekends. I know. And weekends are good, right? So conversely, the middle part of the bread loaf, that's the best part. And the middle of a week is Wednesday, and everyone hates Wednesday. See, they're the opposite. And everyone hates Wednesday, and you can tell everyone hates Wednesday because everyone says Wednesday, right? Go back and look at the word sometime. It's spelled Wednesday, and we all learn how to spell it like that, but when it comes time to say it, we just say Wednesday. It's like we're all so collectively so tired of Wednesday that we just can't be bothered to say all the letters. It's like, yeah, I see that first D there, but I'm not saying it. I'm not going to do it. Not till the day gets cooler. And you know what? Sometimes Wednesday is extra hard. And when Wednesday is extra hard, then the N goes too. Right? If I'm super tired, I'm skipping that one. What day is it? Wednesday. Like if you met somebody who actually pronounced it Wednesday, if you met a guy like that, you would immediately try to unmeet them. Right? If you were hanging out with somebody and they were like, "Hey man, we should go get lunch sometime. How does next Wednesday sound?" That doesn't sound good at all. No, I don't like the sound of it. You know, I just realized, I just remembered I am moving away that day. I'm moving to Asia because I'm pretty sure you're a serial killer, and I would like to literally put an entire planet between us. That is how not good Wednesday sounds. Take that, Wednesday. There are 7 days in a week, and there were 7 original members of the Village People. Now, is that a coincidence? Probably. I don't think those two things are related. I'm pretty sure that's the definition of a coincidence. You ever see the calendars that start on Monday? So Saturday and Sunday are like pushed all the way to the far end. Who is that helping? Who is that for? You have to have a lot of optimism to use a calendar with that format, you know? Like it takes a lot of optimism and just joy in your life to look at that week on Monday morning and say, yeah, I'm definitely going to live through all of those days in a row. Cool. And the thing that really kills me about all of it is we can totally change like our entire concept of a week. Like not to get too hippie and be all like, no, man, it's all just in your mind, man. But we could totally change it. We could change it and make it so that there aren't as many Wednesdays. We could make the weekends longer. We could do all sorts of stuff. And if you don't believe that we can change these things, I would like you to consider February. Raise your hand if you were born on February 30th. And then put your hand down, because no, you weren't. right? We got tired of February's crap, and we're like, no, we're taking that R away from you, man. That first R is gone. So just think about that. And we can get rid of all the Wednesdays in February. All right, that's all I got. Thanks.
Woo! Luke McConnell, everybody. I like that. The idea of it being the opposite of the week. Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. And then I don't know. You could go take because you're into Wednesday already. Wednesday. Well, or Nessie for literally no one. Hump Day sounds like a fertility goal. You know. Anyone else have some tags?
I get very specific, so I think it would hit harder if it was like there's 7 days in a week and there's 7 village people. Coincidence? Like
draw other parallels.
Well, it's just like, is there a coincidence or just coincidence? Like, to me, that sounds a little harder hitting.
Worth giving it a go, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like there was kind of like a preachy moment. Like you could have like gone for it even harder with the whole like, and then we could, or look at it like almost like a cult leader. I feel like if you would have gone for it a little harder almost, like in February, what about them? Like almost, that's kind of what I thought you were going for. So, and I was like excited for it to go there. So.
All right. Well, Alisha is a willing cult member.
Mm-hmm.
Put note on that, yeah.
All right, that's awesome. I'm glad you guys are getting things rolling. Hashtag life goals or what?
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
So I was wondering, I think it's a really a nice premise about everything. I think it's funny, but I wonder because I feel like a lot of times Wednesday you kind of think it's the hump day and you're kind of over the hump, but Monday's really hard. So I wonder if you change Monday, Wednesday to Monday, just because Monday is just the worst of it all. Today's Monday, but it's Labor Day, so it's different. And then, but if you're going to go at Wednesday, Wednesday is also a name, like the Addams family. I think the daughter was named Wednesday. So you could also go that route.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Yeah, right on.
Yeah, there are a whole bunch of other examples for sure.
Yeah, well, or a lot of people think that Monday is the worst day, but no, it's Wednesday, and then go into those people are serial killers kind of thing. I do like the serial killer aspect of it. That's pretty funny.
Have you ever heard anybody say it Wednesday?
Okay. Well,
people who come here from other countries and English is not their first language, and I've still never heard anybody say it Wednesday. Everybody just knows it's Wednesday.
I should talk to my girlfriend who says all of the G's inside of words. It's ridiculous. Hanger.
Ringing.
Ringing, yeah. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I love it.
I feel like those serial killers could be doing other things sort of like that. They're a serial killer. They also say the G or
Today's all about Frosted Flakes. Oh, sorry, wrong kind of cereal. Just sounds like somebody who really gets excited when they eat a bowl of cereal.
Mm-hmm. Even like somebody who chews with their mouth open or, something real silly, I think. Yeah.
For sure.
Right.
All right. Let's move it along. We don't have any comments from home at the moment. Guys, we got 2 viewers, 3 viewers. We had 5 at one point. Let's try to keep that up. Guys, put some comments down there. Listen to some jokes. Give us some tags. We are listening to you. We will read your stuff aloud. And with that being said, my name is Mike Payne, and I'm the host tonight. And this is my little set on reptiles. Reptiles. Ever feel like everything is right in the world? If you said yes, you're definitely one of the lizard people. And we should all invite you to dinner and throw you in a wood chipper. I love how that implies that we all have just wood chippers lying around, especially up here, right? Right, eh? Yeah. Don't believe me? Well, where do most lizards live? The jungle? Fair enough. But where's the number 2 environment? The desert. What is a desert? Dry. What else is dry? Your cough. Must be COVID. See? Get your flashlights, Illuminati. Your David Icke's wet dream, Donald Trump. Wow. Deep diving shit. If you don't know who David Icke is, look up David Icke. It's Ike. It's fucking great shit. It's really funny, like conspiracy shit about the lizard people. Speaking of conspiracies, have you heard the one about the dragons from Indonesia? Yeah, my mail order bride's mom is a bit of a reptile. Wow, that's racist. Her name's Kim Modo. This is so dumb. Wow, so inappropriate. I apologize. Isn't it appropriate that the sexiest car a crappy car company can make is called a Viper? Seems dodgy. Shut up, Luke. I saw that. Living in Canada, I don't really have to worry about poisonous animals. We only have one, the cobra chicken. That's right. It's the Canada goose, ruining all of our lives, one lawn at a time, always in the perfect V formation. V is for venomous. Their honking poisons even the loudest picnic. I feel like we, like most mammals, can be a little cold-blooded towards our thermally deficient friends. I mean, if they were on our scale, we wouldn't last long. Or short. I don't judge. Anyway, that's it. My name is Mike Payne. That was fucking hilarious. And stupid. All right.
I like the poetry of it.
You may tag if you wish. This is a rant more than anything. No comments? Okay.
I feel like you could do more like car puns like that, like the Viper Dodgy, like Ram.
Well, even
more dodgy than the Ram,
The Shelby Mustang has a cobra as the symbol too. There's a lot of them out there.
I feel like
I was thinking go ahead.
All right, go ahead.
Sony, go ahead.
Okay. I was just thinking you could do more with the Komodo. I like what you did with that Komodo, but like just talk about because even the venom winds up killing somebody. So
it's not actually venom, it's bacteria. But yeah, it does. Yeah.
So it's actually kind of gross, but I feel like there's a lot you can do with that because
it's true. There's more I could definitely do with it. I agree.
Yeah, I was hoping to hear you say that you were going to redecorate part of your house in a lizard theme, so that you would reptile your bathroom.
That was a reach, but you know what? Thank you for doing it. Facebook user, don't believe me? Just watch. Lizard people, modern day village people. That was a good connection from the previous speaker. Yeah, modern day village people. There's 7 of them. The 7 Slytherin. Oh, all right.
I like that though, like lizard people, village people, and then other type of people.
Yeah. Komodo, Return of My Dragon. I like that. That's pretty cool.
What's the deal with your brother? He owned a reptile of some kind?
Yeah, actually, he did. He owned a bunch when I was a teenager. He had a really vicious iguana. Like iguanas are vegetarian, but they are nasty if you do not handle them. And he had like uncontrollable claws and a huge whip tail. It's like having a dinosaur in a little kid's room. It's kind of too much, you know? But yeah, we had geckos and stuff like that growing up. That was a lot of fun. Soft little geckos.
I was just gonna say, sorry for interrupting. I just posted a link of MC Escher. He has like some reptiles and lizards in some of his paintings, and it's kind of like creepy. And what you're saying about, what Luke was saying about decoration, you could just maybe like, I don't know, it might be just a good reference to see that.
Let me see. Did you put it in the group message?
Yeah. And then let me show you the Wikipedia one where you can see one of the reptile things.
I don't think it came through yet.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's a private chat. Do you see why it's not?
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, but that's fine.
It's not. It hasn't come through here.
Oh, that's so weird. Oh wait, I'll send it later if it didn't.
Okay, yeah, I'll take a look later. I love MC Escher. I am going to move us along for now, since we've covered the comments at home and our own tags. Thank you very much for those tags, guys. I appreciate it. And we're going to move along to our actual sets of things that we're really, really working on. That being said, we're going to start from the top with the very funny Alisha Rayne. Everybody put your hands together, please.
So this is my impression of Sir Isaac Newton. Ow. So somebody told me that I was so white it hurts. And it's true. I burn real easy. I need a really high SPF. One time it was so bad. I was outside and somebody came up to me and accused me of witchcraft. And then they burned me at the stake. And boy, my skin was, it was actually like beyond red. I was actually really distracted by the smell. It really did hurt my feelings. You deliver the babies of an entire town, and that's how they repay you. Catholics, I'm telling you. I like that joke. Nobody else does. I used to live. I've kind of been broke for a while, and it's kind of awkward, especially when I lived in this like really kind of rich town, and I would overhear. One time I overheard this person saying, "Italy, I remember Italy," and I thought to myself, I too remember Italy. It was that time that I put spaghetti sauce over my ramen just to change it up. And then I said out loud, "Next customer in line." Yeah, I used to live in California, and I moved back to Huron, which is like such a small town. And so me being away for so long and coming back, it was such a rude awakening. Like I have nothing in common with anybody here. Like everybody here either has kids or has a lot of kids. And somebody said, "Oh yeah, I homeschool." And it was like, "Oh, I believe in evolution." So there's that. I'm a very disorganized person. My organization system are random piles piled randomly. And some people would call that a mess. And those some people are everybody. I think that's it. for right now. Just kind of some hodgepodgey kind of stuff. So,
This is Alisha Rayne, everybody.
thank you.
All right, we have some tags, some comments.
So I was wondering, like, when you were saying, like, setting up the whole witch joke, people think I'm so pale, and because I wear black nail polish, they think I'm a witch. I don't get it. Just because I wear a hat, like to ride around a broomstick, say all kinds of chants, does not make me a witch or something like that. So just kind of building up what you were saying before, and then having it there. And then I thought there was an opportunity when you went to California to maybe be less pale when you come back, to just throw it back there, just to mention that.
That is funny. So everyone here is really pale, and I am tan. It's really interesting. Everyone is so weirdly tan here. Like during the summertime. Just a fun fact. Everyone is very, very tan here, and I am very pale, and I came from California. So
yeah, I think that arrangement works better. Yeah.
Luke, did you have something?
But all right, I'm going to play the Uno reverse card on you, since you like getting specific. You're talking about everybody in your town either has kids or has a lot of kids. What if you made that, like, really, really hang off of that for a moment and, go with everybody here either has a kid or they have a lot of kids, right? I think that really drives home that, like, oh, everybody got kids.
Mm-hmm. Just a delivery note.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, great.
My question is, does the "so white it hurts" Catholic joke, does that work?
Can you say it again?
Does my witch Catholic joke, does that work?
No, I mean,
as
can you
a
say the
joke?
Can you go over it one more time?
Okay. So some people say that I'm so white it hurts, and it's true. I burn real easy. I need a really high SPF. One time it was so bad, I was outside and someone came up to me and accused me of witchcraft, and then they burned me at the stake. And I tell you, my skin was so red, it was beyond red. It was more black. I was really distracted by the smell. And it really did hurt my feelings. When you deliver the babies of an entire town, and that's how they repay you. Catholics, I'm telling you.
Mm.
So it's just a really big Catholic joke, and I like it, but it's like not landing. So is there something else I could do to make it land, I guess?
I put a punch in the middle. I mean,
Yeah.
something about the Scarlet Letter, maybe. You can throw that in there because that's something very recognizable. Most people understand the reference, I would think. I think you need maybe more clarity with the premise.
Yeah. I mean, it is. It's a journey to get from setup to punch. You could lean on the absurdity of the whole thing. I mean, because we've all been accused of witchcraft at one time or another. Am I right? Really lampshade that, and I think you'll bring the audience along with you a lot more.
Yeah. So Yoshi So at home said it's just a bit too long-winded. But also add more jokes into it, kind of like what we were talking about. Make a joke about SPF, single Protestant female, or something like that. Thanks, Yoshi. All right.
Thank you.
Okay, let's move it along. Next up is the very funny Sony. Everybody put your hands together, please.
Thank you. My name is Sony, and I know how to entertain you. After all, I'm named after TV. And I'm smart TV because I'm of Indian descent. My last name is Chhibber, Chhibber, with 2 H's and 2 B's. I filled out the forms at the DMV, and they said, "Are you sure you spelled your name right? Why are they questioning me? I'm freaking Indian." Have you ever watched a spelling bee? We dominated that sport. That's our Super Bowl. When I was young, I spoke really low. Yes, nothing has changed. It's hard if you're soft-spoken to wear a mask. It presents you with a new disability. I probably need to learn sign language, but the high-pitched version to sign like my voice. I returned to work on site this week after 4 months of working from home. I wore a mask, safety goggles, face shield, and a hand sanitizer attached to my belt. And yet people knew exactly who I was. I would have made a terrible superhero. You can't maintain a secret identity when you have this voice. All Clark Kent had to do was take off his glasses and he became Superman. But no one recognized him, even his girlfriend. Because if he sounded like me, he would have been outed in a second. People told me it's not necessary to wear a face shield with a mask. I told them, did anyone ever tell Darth Vader that?
Luke, I am your father, and you have to wear a mask.
My husband let me one of this N95 mask to wear on the plane. My mother would have been so proud if she'd seen me, because for a few hours, I look like a doctor. And that's the only reason I wore the N95 mask. An N95 mask is painful. It's like old relatives pinching my cheeks for the whole flight. And I had to smell my own breath for 3 hours. Next time, I'll have double mint gum, not Greek yogurt. When you buy a house, you always have to have an inspection before you commit to a house. When you get engaged and commit your life to someone, there's no inspection. Why not? When you're committing your whole life to this person, if you're Hindu, you're committing 7 lifetimes to this person. You don't commit 7 lifetimes to your house. In fact, if we get divorced, I can take away your house in this lifetime. Just imagine, Paul, why are you bending down on one knee? Hold up my hand. What's this? It's a blue folder from Tiffany's? Oh my God, inspection papers. And there's so many. Look, everyone, did you see my inspection papers? I'm going to be inspected to get married. I'm the happiest girl in the world. There has to be an inspection. You can find out if someone has a secret life, like another family, or they're secretly gay and marry you because they want to. Just hold up that whole thing. It's interesting when people go. It's interesting when people go crazy when they find out I'm of Indian descent. Oh my God, you're Indian. I love Indian food and Bollywood films. My reaction is, oh my God, you're white. I love wearing white after Labor Day. People ask me when I'm ever going back home to visit. I'm like, whenever I drive back home. I was born and brought up in New Jersey, not India. You heard of the Taj Mahal? I'm from around the Paramus Mall. Coronavirus is doing a number on my hair. So when I go back home, I'm going to book an appointment with my longtime hairstylist. I call her Mom. I go to the Mom salon. Some of my married girlfriends say they stopped shaving their legs because of social distancing. They want to keep their husbands 6 feet away. They said I have to shave my legs because I'm newly married. I'm like, why should I? We're quarantined. He's not going anywhere. And that's my fit. Thanks, everyone.
All right. The part about borrowing your husband's N95 mask, I was thinking It means the world to you. Yeah, it means parental approval.
Right.
Something like that.
Yeah. Good.
Luke?
Yeah, I liked it. I didn't get the bit about the 7 lifetimes. I'm not sure if that was a technical thing and just the audio dropped for me right when you were setting that up. I didn't quite get the 7 lifetimes
Oh
thing.
yeah. So when a Hindu gets married, they get married for 7 lifetimes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's a bit. Yeah, I actually probably need to invest in a microphone because I find sometimes it drops. So that's what I was setting it up, like, you're not going to be married 7 lifetimes to your house.
Yeah, I didn't get that either, so thank you for that.
I could explain that more actually later. That's good to know.
I just don't think it's common knowledge, really.
Yeah, actually, I have another bit which I didn't name that I actually explain it in great detail, so that's probably why I wasn't putting it there.
Chain it together? Yeah.
Yeah, but if I have it separately, then I probably have to explain it more. So that makes sense.
Alisha, did you have anything to add?
Like if you were a superhero, like what would you say in a superhero voice? Like I'm not gonna do your voice, but like stop, stop in the name of the law, whatever superhero thing I think might be a fun tag. Just do it in your voice. So yeah, and I really I like the doctor. Like your mom thinks you look like a doctor. I think that's really good. There's just some really funny stuff. So yeah.
Thank you.
I would love to see you do sign language high pitched. Like I want to see an example of that.
Yeah, I have to brush up my sign language now. I taught myself sign language a long time ago, and now I don't remember it. So
it almost doesn't even matter what you say. Just something that would be recognizable as like sign language in a high pitch.
There's an opportunity for a really offensive joke right there, where you just go, you guys want to see what it looks like when I do sign language high pitch? And you just do normal sign language, but you make the mouth go high.
Oh.
That's terrible. That's horrible. I'm sorry. It's a safe space for jokes, everybody. It's a safe space. That's horrible.
It would, to me, it'd be like, instead of here, doing, like I could do sign language, but in a higher pitch. Like you could just do it higher.
That's true. I actually tried that one time. This is my second time doing it, and I felt like it didn't work, but maybe I just was going through it too fast. Thank you.
All right. Okay, we don't have anything from home right at the moment, so let's move it on. Thanks very much, Tony. That was fantastic. Everybody put your hands together for Luke McConnell.
All right. Well, I would like to tell y'all a story about when I got a vasectomy. I got a vasectomy a few years ago because I have 3 kids, and I did not mean to have 3 kids. And I said, it's probably time to stop this. So I got a vasectomy, and I had talked to the doctor, like, you have to have a consult with him before you go. And I had, told him that I was feeling a little apprehensive about the whole thing. And he, out of nowhere, just offered up, well, I can give you a Xanax to take right before. And that was pretty okay. It should have been okay. I mean, I am a middle-class white suburbanite with a borderline substance abuse problem, so free Xanax should have made my week. But I was so nervous about the whole thing because I had never taken Xanax before. So day of the appointment comes, I take my Xanax, I get driven to the office to get this thing, and I'm sitting there wondering, what is Xanax like really? how is it going to affect me? And I didn't know until they called my name to go back there. And Xanax is supposed to be a depressant. And that's not how my body took it, because they called my name and I leaped out of that chair like I had been called to come on down and play The Price is Right. I crossed that fucking room in like 3 steps. That they didn't even finish saying my name. Like, they're like, oh, yeah, Mr. McConnell. Oh, there you are. Okay. So I get in there, and the doctor meets me right there inside the door. You know how usually you go to the doctor, and there's like a hallway, and they take you to your room, and you wait for the doctor? This guy met me right in the hallway, and he asked me, how was I doing? I'm doing great. Everything's great. He asked me if I had any big plans for that weekend, for after, for recovering. And that's when I realized that my brain and my mouth were no longer communicating with each other. They were not on speaking terms, because I tried to answer his question by saying that there was a soccer match that I really wanted to watch the very next day.
Mhm.
And what came out was, well, we got Burnley away on Saturday, so. And my doctor gave me a look, kind of like you all are giving me, where it's like, I don't understand that collection of words that just fell out of you. It would be really nice if you would say some more about that. So I clocked that look, and I realized, oh, I sound like an idiot, and I should stop saying any more words. So I clam up. So I want you to consider that from the doctor's point of view for a moment, because he does not have to be doing any of this, right? He is going the extra mile and like putting in some customer service to meet me in here and make sure that my anxiety isn't spiking and all of this. He has tried to make friendly conversation, and I barked half a sentence at him and then started mean mugging him. Nope. And you right away, all of his like professional demeanor and his customer service, all of that just dropped. Like I watched myself ruin this man's morning. And he just kind of stopped and he just, all right, well, the door, you're going to go in that door. That's where you go. So I go in there, and they get me all prepped and set right and everything. And the doctor tells me, well, he says, if you want, you can be on your phone, because that's a good idea. So I got on my phone, and the first thing I do, he says, you can play music if you want. We got Wi-Fi. So I started playing music. And what was the music that I started playing? I hear you not asking. The music that I started playing was the soundtrack to Final Fantasy VIII. What is Final Fantasy VIII? I see some of you wondering. Final Fantasy VIII is a video game from 1999, and I am listening to the soundtrack on purpose because I'm a very cool person. So then I get on there, and I get on Facebook, again, making just one great decision after another here, and I get into a group chat with some friends of mine, and I just announce out of nowhere, hey guys, I'm having surgery right now, send. Most of my friends did not know that I was having this surgery, so my group chat turned into a press conference. And everybody wanted to know why I was having surgery, and I wanted to tell them, but I couldn't, because my brain and my thumbs also not on speaking terms. So they say, why are you having surgery? And I said, too many kids. And by the way, this is not a scissors emoji. That was literally me doing this in front of the screen where no one could see it. And that's the story of how I had a vasectomy, and also the story of how I'm bad at drugs. Thanks for letting me talk about my balls.
Awesome. Woo! That's awesome. I feel like there's a missing opportunity with the vasectomy thing. I don't know. It's a pretty minor thing, but you could in anticipation to the actual surgery, you just really were not looking forward to that splitting headache. Bit of a reach? And when you said too many kids, I would say too much kids because you sound dumb.
Because I'm on drugs at that point.
Yeah, you sound dumber. Yeah. You got anything? On the spot.
I like that. I like the nurse turned around and I was right there, and the doctor. I like some of your act outs. They're pretty good. So I would say lean on those. More of those.
Yeah.
Really good.
It's hard to do them over Zoom, but yeah, on stage they work a little bit better.
Yeah.
I'm glad any of it came through.
Tony, do you have anything?
Yeah, I like the story aspect. I like how you went there, but then I was just confused whether the doctor actually gave you Xanax in the first place when eventually you were going to get the vasectomy. I wonder because you sound depressed. It's just like I didn't really understand why, and then it'd be really funny to see because I'm sure they put you under to see how your reaction. No, you didn't. Oh, okay, and then
I tried. I wanted.
Yeah.
I have a whole thing that I when I have more time to do it, I talk about how I wanted to be put under and they wouldn't do it. And yeah.
That would be really funny to hear about that, like how you're insisting, no, I think I really need it. And then they're like, no. But, because you want to have more drugs. So it would be funny to hear that as well. And then it'd be also interesting because, now you kind of left us on a cliffhanger. How does everyone react to you? How does your family react to you? How does your friends react to you after the fact? Like when you go home, what is the reaction? Did everyone know? I mean, your friends didn't know, of course, but did your family know? I'm kind of wondering what happened there. That'd be interesting.
I mean, I could tell you.
I didn't catch the part where you took the medicine, and so all of a sudden you're like, I'm on drugs, and I'm like, oh, like that was the only thing where I was like, got a little confused.
Oh, I just assumed.
So you're saying the story was a little choppy at that point?
A little bit. So that was
Yoshi So at home says, because I have 3 kids too many. I jumped up like the price is now. Give me that Xantax. That Xantax. I think you meant Xanax. Yeah, Xantax would be interesting because that's for an antacid.
Yeah.
Listening to Final Fantasy because this is the last time my fantasy of these balls. Too many kids is how I opened up my press conference. That's funny shit. Thanks, you.
Yeah, no, it's funny, Sonny, to to your point of how I got the drugs in the first place. I actually I tried to get the doctor to put me under and he wouldn't do it. And I actually told him that I did not want to form memories. I didn't want to have a story to tell later.
Yoshi says once again, I like the thought of telling your friends that you lost a fantasy football league, so you got a vasectomy. That's kind of funny, an unrelated thing. Oh, if this guy loses, he's got to chop his nards. It doesn't work. Oh, man. All right, that's cool. I guess it's my turn. I'm just going to do a couple little snippety bits that I'm working on. These are not fully formed thoughts even yet, a lot of them. So one is going months without stand-up was the worst experience of my adult life. And I was molested.
Wow. As an adult? Ooh.
Right.
You like that relief? Did you like that? I know a lot of people are getting a little bit weird about people going back to stand-up so soon and social distancing and everything else. I just want to be really clear that I am completely and 100% okay with sacrificing your grandma for my dreams. my God, this is so stupid. Black people are sex offenders and white people are serial killers. I've never seen a better example of division of labor. Oh, and women are child killers. Oh my God. So fucked up. Wow. I just write little bits, just little weird ideas that come into my stupid head. Oh my God. I've been working on this for a while, and it's working pretty well so far, but I'm trying to add an act out to the end of this one joke. And it's just that I know we've all been at home for a while. And I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one developing a callus on my hands, My question is, though, has anyone else seen enough porn to have run into people you know? Like, what are you supposed to do? Are you supposed to stop? Or should you politely finish to acknowledge their body of work? All I'm trying to say is that I'm really happy that my brother got a job and that my stepmom found her passion. What, they get to work together now? Oh, no. He's my son. Whoopsie. I don't know, something in there. It's going to be weird. I don't give a fuck. I had this one line. I don't know. I thought about. I went camping Monday and Tuesday of this week, and I don't remember how this came to be. But it was just the idea of like people robbing campsites and just vanishing into the wicker, vanishing into the wicker that is the woods. Something there. Some weird shit. I think the AT-AT Walker scene in Empire started as a conversation about big guys who are allergic to bees. Now I can't help but picture murder hornets with tow cables. Silly one. I've got this is another chunk of a joke, but it was I have this one joke about traveling for comedy, and I collect strange and unusual laughs. So I have 3 examples. One of them is this Narcotics Anonymous convention that I had because I'm almost 12 years clean and sober, and it's like 400 addicts in a room. There's just this one weird guy in the corner going, ha ha, like just freaking out, and it's hard to do this on Zoom. And I'm like, what the fuck? And he just goes like this. He just jumps up and he goes, wah! And he fucking he goes, ah, oh. And I was like, what the fuck is that? And he hears me. So he just goes, I'll suck your dick for $100. It's like, what the fuck? Anyway, my pipes are clean. And another random show that I did in the prairies. So this is like Alberta, north of Montana, if that helps. And I did this random show, and I thought this guy was being particularly sarcastic because whenever I said a punchline, he would just go, ha! And I was like, is that it? And the woman next to him leaned over and said, yeah, he's a minimalist. And finally, I had the opportunity to go to Scotland last year. As you can see, I'm like half Scottish. My mom's from Scotland, and we'd never been, so we went as a whole family. But I managed to get a couple shows in, and during one of these shows, this beautiful woman in the audience just losing her mind, just laughing so hard, she's just going. Do you guys realize what's happening there? Her accent was so thick that she was rolling the R's that don't exist in the middle of her laugh. She came up to me after the show and she was like, oh, you're so good. Would you like to come home with me tonight? And I was like, huh? Not because I didn't understand her, obviously my ancestry, but I'm clearly a Toronto 4. But this is how I found out that I'm an Edinburgh 11. And then I'm thinking about making it really meta, because that's like a big time rule of 3 joke, and then I'm adding another rule of 3 joke, which is it's another collection. I want to do 3 collections. so it becomes almost meta. It's 3 sets of 3, and so the other one that I'm working on right now is basically I collect strange pluralizations, just oddities out there. Like, you guys know a murder of crows, or a glitter of gays, or for instance, a trauma of diarrhea. In a good old game of plop cry, you know you're going to therapy the next day. Trauma of diarrhea. How ridiculous.
I don't know when it hit the spot. I don't even know.
For anybody who hears me saying gay at home, I'm gay too, so don't worry about it. What else? What else we got on here? Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm turning 40 on the 17th. Yeah. I weigh as much as John Candy did at 44 when he died. Like, I knew that I was about to make it.
Oh, shit.
I also have a superpower now because I am turning 40. I have 20/20 vision. It's not even store-bought. These are a couple of big naturals right here. All right. Anyway, that's my time. My laugh sounded like Chewbacca's. I'm sure. Yeah, Yoshi, thank you so much for that. I'm half Scottish, half Chewbacca. That's cool too.
I mean, yeah, you could really go all in on the Star Wars references there.
Oh yeah, it was funny. That was a tweet actually. The bees one. The fat guy. You know, I was just thinking about it. I'm like, why would this happen in this way? You know, and then you take it down to its basic parts, and it's like, well, that's just a fat guy with a bee chasing him. You know. Comments.
I thought it was really interesting about Narcotics Anonymous, or is it called Alcoholics Anonymous? Because you don't really hear a lot of it. And I want to see, like, you know, especially that person who clearly wasn't sober. I mean, what was also everyone else's reaction to that person as well? And I would also like to hear, like, other stories related to that. You know, if you were to talk about it, because it's so deeply personal.
Sure. I do have more stuff about being clean and sober for sure. It just doesn't suit that joke.
Yeah. No.
But, yeah. And just for the record, Narcotics Anonymous and Alcoholics Anonymous and Marijuana Anonymous and Cocaine Anonymous and Sex and Love Addicts Anonymous and Food Addicts and Food Anonymous and Overeaters Anonymous, and there's so many others. They're all based on AA originally, but they've spliced off. So NA is about addiction. It's not about the specific drug. So it brings in any addicts, basically. And yeah, it's a disease model.
Oh, that's interesting. So if you could, like, branch jokes into that, because I think that would be, like, you know, something that people haven't heard, and, you know, it would be, I think it would be really fascinating. And then I was like, I thought your Strange Prolo collection was very interesting, and I was wondering if you want to add idioms to that.
Yeah, you did. I totally could. Yeah, that's all good. Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
What's that?
Yeah. Yeah, I've got I've done a full half hour just on getting clean, you know, and the struggle of staying clean and different pieces therein.
Awesome.
As a tag for that guy at the NA meeting, you could be like, he decided to fall off the wagon that night.
He had no wagon.
He was the wagon. That's how high he was.
See, I thought I was taken really by surprise on the trauma of diarrhea there, because I thought you were going to go with, like, you know, a U.S. of shitty tourists or something like that.
No, I had to go weird.
Yep, no, I appreciated that.
I don't know how I came up with that one day. I'm like, I have to make a joke surrounding this because it's so stupid. It really is. It's just so dumb. But that's my favorite.
It's my favorite too. Obviously.
There's a couple other comments here, actually. Let's see here. Oh, it's just one more. So we've got this one. Going months without stand-up. I've aborted my therapy sessions. That's cool. It's very loaded. I like the choice in words there, Yoshi. All right. Any other comments?
The robbing campsites, and like you go back into the, what is it?
It was like vanishing into the wicker.
Okay. And then that just took me to like Wicker Man and
Like hippies, you know, like weirdo hippies that are robbing campsites. Man, you know, man, it's such a funny thing when you get like a really like hippie person who's just like really in the thick of it, has not gone a day without smoking weed in like 40 years. They're just like, it's almost like they're trying to start a car, you know, standing up to talk to you, you know? They're just going, man, you know, just trying to rev that shit up. He's like, and he realizes that yesterday was the last time that he had a man left, you know? That's almost like a Bill Burr joke, actually, that part. Oh. You guys remember that one? It's a really old Bill Burr special, and he does the, you know, that old man in the corner who's always like, you know that one? You guys remember that?
It's been a while.
Yeah.
You should totally go on YouTube and look up old man face Bill Burr. It's so funny. It's 15 minutes. Anyway, thanks a lot, guys. This has been a real treat for me. I always enjoy this. I'll be here next Monday, as per usual, every Monday, hopefully, except the ones where I'm not here. That being said, let's give one last round of applause for everybody who's been on the show. Alisha Rayne, Tony, and Luke McConnell. And I am your host, Mike Payne. Thanks very much for watching, guys. And tune in tomorrow night for another host and another set of people doing another set of topics. Ta-ta.